Literally, first question I just want to throw at you. I mean, like you just say, guys just had 4 games and you're on a great winning streak right now. It's going really good. How does that feel?
It's a good feeling to have played 4 games and won 4 games. So obviously everyone's really excited. We've progressed to the semi-final, and we're just looking to have another good performance on Friday when that match comes.
All right. You actually jumped right ahead to one of my questions that I had at the end there, but I want to know because on your on the Bermuda Football Association page, on your schedule, it basically said that on the 20th, it was like goodbye. But because you guys, did so well and you're up there, now you're going to progress to the semifinals. Can you talk a little bit about when that's going to be?
Yeah, the semi-final is scheduled for the 23rd, I believe, whichever day the Friday falls on. And the final is scheduled for Sunday, the 25th, actually in Tobago. So all our matches to date have been in Trinidad. The semi-final will be played in Trinidad, and if we have the fortune of winning, we'll be traveling to Tobago to play on the 25th.
All right, so let's start actually with the game where you won 10-1 against St. Martin, because Lightbourne and Wolf, I believe, both had hat tricks in that game before even the half. Can you talk
Yes.
about maybe what was said during your halftime speech to them? Because when you're doing so well and you're up that high, what is there left to say to the players?
So the halftime talk for that game was more about what we need to continue doing in the second half, as opposed to reflecting so much on the first half. And the basic communication to the team was that we have to still continue to play as a team. You know, boys at this age, once things get a bit easy, may have the tendency to slack off or become a little bit individual in their actions because now everyone wants to score a goal. So we were just trying to stress the importance of continuing to make good decisions. And by doing so, everyone will get opportunities to score.
Now, for the majority of the players on the team, is this probably like one of their first international matches that they've been playing against right now?
Yeah, this is their first exposure to international football. Some would have been to, with rather various club programs and stuff back home, been to overseas tours. But in terms of representing Bermuda national team at the national level, this is everyone's first international experience.
Nice. And what an experience that is to be winning so much and getting a lot of goals and representing your country so well.
For sure, for sure. And we also spoke briefly about, obviously, we just had the recent hurricane.
Mhm.
Just trying to create a bit of feel good for everyone back home. Obviously, you got people still without lights. Some people might have had more severe situations with, I don't know, roofs coming off and things of the like. So just trying to do our little part to make Bermudians happy.
All right, so I want to jump back a little bit to 2022. So these are the stats I was able to find and some results that I want to just compare with this team in 2024. So the
Mm,
under 14 boys team had about 2 wins and 2 losses that year for 2022. And they
yes.
were also put in Group A, Tier 2. So you guys are playing a whole different Caribbean nations back then than you are in this
Mhm.
tournament now. So at any point, were you hoping to maybe get some rematches against those 2022 matches at all?
We did today, actually, not so much. So how it works, it's a 2-year cycle. So the ones who played 2 years ago then represented Bermuda last year in the CONCACAF Under 15 tournament. And St. Lucia actually beat us twice in that tournament. They beat us in the semifinal. So it was good to get one over on them in today's match.
What does it feel like? I mean, comparing the 2022 team to the 2024 team, because I'm getting some feedback. Some people I've been reading the comments, and some people have also come to me and said that, hey, I feel like this under 14 team is like probably one of the best that Bermuda's had in a while. I mean, what would you say to those comments there?
It's a talented group, but I would say the team, which is now the under 17s, who were previously the under 15s and 14s, are as talented. It's just a process. It's just player availability and things of the like. So I think both groups are very talented, and I think we can anticipate over the years seeing boys from both those teams progressing into the senior men's team.
Were you hopeful with the selection that you got when you got put into Group C? Like, is this kind of what you wanted to happen for the team, or what were your expectations?
It's kind of difficult because U14 is essentially the first international age group within the region, so you don't really know what to expect. So, in that regard, I didn't really favor playing against any particular countries. The draw was the draw, and we were just more so focused on our preparation and being as ready as possible for the first match. So, um, as per the results, I think we've demonstrated that we prepared well, but we are also hopeful and ambitious to do a little bit more.
What are some of the, I guess, tactics that you try to use as a coach when going into these games with like brand new players playing the first international match?
Obviously, we talk about like all the football detail formations and how we want to play, but I think another big aspect is the mental side of the game. Um, Obviously, with it being their first tournament, there are nerves and things of that like. So it's just about instilling some confidence and belief and reassuring them that they are ready for this level. And again, filling them with that belief so that they can go out there and perform to the best of their capability.
Let's talk about today's game too, because best of the capability. It was an intense match today because we saw that obviously they've been doing so well, and then this one it took a while to get that goal that they needed in order to catch that win and to clinch it. And when Captain Jennings like hit that beautiful goal at the end, I mean, it was amazing to watch. I mean, what did that feel like in that moment for the team when they came off? Like, because they had some 10-1 wins, and this one was a pretty close one.
Yeah.
Like, what emotions going on?
The atmosphere within the group was really good, obviously, to win the game that late. I think the benefit of that game, of course, we would have preferred to have won it a little bit easier, but it now gives the group a reference of, some resilience. If it gets difficult, we know we've been in that situation before, so we can do it again. So while we would have preferred to have won it much sooner and more comfortably, in hindsight, it isn't a bad thing that it went the way that it did. And now gives us a reference, as I said, when we get into similar situations in the future, we know that we have the resolve and resource to make it happen no matter how long it takes.
And how are you guys feeling going into the semis?
We're confident, but we're also, approaching it with humility and respect and an understanding that the game is played on the field. So, like I said earlier, we're just focusing on our processes so that we can be as prepared as possible come Friday to give ourselves a good chance of performing well. Knowing that if we perform well, it gives us a good chance of getting the result that we're looking for.
Now, just want to wrap it up with like the whole overall experience, and if you could speak on behalf of maybe some of the players as well, just like kind of gauging how they feel right now in their first international competition. Like, have they expressed anything of excitement or like new things that they've learned that they didn't think that they would before?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely excited, and of course, winning helps. But they're looking at all the social media comments and praise and stories and things of that like, and they're enjoying that. And I think they're also enjoying the detail of international football, and by that I mean like all the pre-match routines that are required. They have to get their numbers checked, their nails checked for length, their boots, their shin pads. Everything's on a countdown. Like, you have to be out of the changing room at a certain time. The experience of getting picked up on a bus, and when you get off your bus, the media presence that they're taking pictures of you. So they're definitely enjoying all that. You probably would have noticed, when they score the goals, they found where the cameras are. So they're running towards the cameras and doing all the little celebrations and stuff, and sort of mirroring what they see on TV and the people that they look to emulate.
That's amazing. That's a good feeling to have, like your first tournament, you're doing so well, and you get to experience.
That's the photo in your backdrop. It's a really nice picture.
Yeah.
With the group from yesterday. I think that's from yesterday's game.
Yeah, it is from yesterday's game. Yeah, just to see the excitement there, like it's a good feeling.
For sure.
All right, Coach, just wrap it up. Have I not asked you anything that you probably want to mention to the people of Bermuda as you guys head into the semis?
I would just encourage the people back home to continue to support us. We feel the energy, and we're trying to make you proud. And I'd also like to shout out the parents of all the players for the sacrifices they've made. We do have a small contingent down here, but also to shout out the clubs that have been integral in developing these players to the level that they are before they come into the national program. So it's not just me or just the BFA who are responsible for what we're now seeing from this group. It's a lot of people who have invested a lot to make this happen.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.